All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto the Most High Power Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect men, those that feed the flock, those that are constantly watching for the day of the Lord, you know, the men of the Lord, the prophets. I'm the brother Thabwa.
As we are.
We are of Great Millstone Northwest, and you know, I want to make this real quick. This is pretty much an add-on, you know, to what we spoke about this past week at camp. Specifically, you know, the first hour or so of camp, the first 30 to 45 minutes of camp. We were speaking about how in this thing you're gonna have to face trials and tribulations, okay? And there was a point that I wanted to make also that I wasn't able to, that even through those trials and tribulations, you know, the Most High has a purpose on why you go through it, you know, and a lot of the times you're going through these trials and tribulations, but it's for your own benefit, you know. You just gotta not be so short-sighted and tunnel vision to be able to see the bigger picture, you know, because the Most High got this all planned out. So without further ado, I got a couple of scriptures. I want to make this real quick. Like I said before, I got a couple of scriptures, just examples of men in the scriptures that had to go through things, but really it was for the betterment of them and for the nation. All right. So the first scripture I want to pull, Salakia, comes from. Let me see. I'm gonna get it from Job. All right. Now everybody knows the story of Job. It's a common story, you know, you brothers. I'm pretty sure you read the book. But the point is that after Job went through all the trials and tribulations that he had to go through, which he went through a very hefty amount, a hefty ordeal of things, you know, losing pretty much everything. And then, but the point is, because Job kept his integrity, because Job kept his faith, he was rewarded at the end. He was given back everything plus more. All right. So I'm gonna get that account. This is Job chapter 42. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, and the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before, which when you read about Job at the beginning, you already know that Job was the most wealthiest man in the East, in the land of Uz, you know. So he was already wealthy and he lost everything. And it says that at the end of all of it, after Job went through all his trials and tribulations, you know, and kept that faith, he was given back twice as much as before. I want to jump down to verse 12. It says, so the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses, and it goes on, you know. But that's pretty much the point that I wanted to get, that because Job went through his trials and tribulations and didn't falter, you know, didn't flutter at all, kept his integrity, continually praised the Most High for what he went through. He didn't curse the Most High. He didn't get mad because shit wasn't going his way and, you know, went off and did some wayward shit, you know. He kept it going. He kept it pushing. Because of that, he was rewarded. Now, us, we're trying to get rewarded, you know. We're attempting to get rewarded, you know, to receive salvation, to become a member of the elect, to you know, inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's what we're trying to do. So when we're going through our trials and tribulations, like we were speaking about this past Saturday at camp, you know, you got to keep that faith. You got to keep it strong. You know, take it on the chin, smile, give praises to the Most High, and continue to go. You know, you had something to say, Tyler?
Yeah, Job said that. Well, the scripture said that Job, throughout all that calamity, he maintained his integrity. You know, neither did he ever curse the Most High. You know, so even though that we, you know, that's something that we gotta take into account these days, is that even though we go through our shit, you know, the scriptures tell you it's the light affliction, and even though we go through all those afflictions and whatnot, we still gotta maintain our integrity. You know, Like the brother in Indianapolis just did a sit down on integrity. I believe we did a sit down, or or you brothers did a sit down on integrity in the past. Yeah, and he never cursed the Most High. If anything, he just kept blessing. He was saying in the Hebrew tongue, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right. Same thing we gotta do in these times. Keep praising the Most High.
I mean, because it's about to get real rough, man, and we spoke about that a little bit. We touched on that briefly at camp. And it's hard times that's coming about. It's time of Jacob's trouble that's coming. So we're gonna go through a lot of shit, man. We have to be trialed in the furnace. We gotta be found out what metal we are. So we're gonna go through a lot of shit. But while you're going through it, you gotta maintain yourself, man. You have to maintain yourself. If you don't, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong end of a missile, man. So I had another example that I wanted to pull. And this is from the book of Genesis. It's actually Genesis, the 50th chapter. Salak, I touched the wrong button. Genesis, the 50th chapter. At around, I want to say it's, let's go with around 18. Okay. And in this situation, this is about Joseph and the 12 patriarchs that became the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, and the sons of Jacob, sons of Israel. All right. So at this time, this is right when our forefathers moved in with Joseph. This is right after Jacob died. All right, and pretty much his brethren, because you got to remember the story of Joseph. His brothers sold him into slavery. When he was young, due to jealousy. And, Joseph had to go through a lot of shit. He was locked up for a while over this bitch hollering about adultery, which he didn't commit. He was a slave, a servant, But through all that, Joseph, the Most High was with Joseph, and he was increased, and he always kept the commandments and the laws of the Most High throughout everything, But it says right here in Genesis, the 50th chapter, I'm gonna get to the point. Actually, I'm just gonna jump to 20. That's the point. It says, "But as for you, you thought evil against me," and he's speaking to his brothers because they sold him into slavery, right? "You thought evil against me, but the Most High meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive." So the reason Joseph really went into slavery and had to go through everything he went through is that he was able to, because he went through that, he was able to actually save Israel. He was actually able to deliver them from the hard famine that came about in the land of Canaan and Egypt, at that time. So that's the point, that the Most High, he might put you through some shit, but it's going to be for the benefit, man. And you might not be able to see it now because you're looking at it, with a closed mind, and shit's hard, so you're panicking, and But really, all you got to do is put your trust in the Lord, man. Let the Most High do what he's doing, and don't buck up, and just roll with it, man. Because hard times come, hey, take it on the chin and keep on going, because it says that the Most High meant it unto good. So just because it seems like it's evil unto you at that time, that doesn't mean that it's actually evil unto you. It could all turn around at the drop of a dime, man. Nothing's impossible with the Most High. So you got to keep your integrity. You got to keep your faith going, right?
I had to
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to read it real quick. This is 1 Maccabees 2:50. It says, "Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name." It says, "Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness?"
Hey, so like it says, Abraham, in that time of temptation, he was, he was found faithful, man. So that's the same thing we got to do in our time of temptation, which is coming about. It's already here, but it's about to get way worse, way worse. So in that time, you just got to be found faithful, no matter what happens, no matter how this thing goes down. You just got to stay faithful to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right?
The temptation was to sacrifice his son Isaac. It says Joseph in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. So I'm going to jump down to verse 61. It says, and thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
That's right. So if you put your trust in the Lord, you're not going to be overcome, man. The Most High, as the scripture says in Job, I think, Job 4, yeah. It said, 4 and 7, that the Most High, so like, I'm going to go ahead and grab it real quick. Job chapter 4, verse 7, it says, remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're doing the right thing, even though shit's getting hard and shit's getting tough, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing the right thing, the Most High he's gonna deliver you from whatever trials and tribulations you're going through. And that's really the point of it all. So, you know, like I said, I wanted to make this real quick. Brothers, just stay faithful out there, stay strong, stay true. Once again, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High Power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors onto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule very well, feeding the flock continually. And, you know, much love, peace, and blessings to you sincere brothers out there across the four corners of the world that's pushing this truth. All right. So until next time, we'd like to say shalom.